This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you click on the link in the description below, it'll take you to their store and they'll know I sent you there. Alright, before we start another rank draft for Throne of Eldraine, I want to remind everyone my content's sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their website by clicking on their panel below here on Twitch or the link in the description below on YouTube, and it'll take you to their store, so check them out. We've got Throne of Eldraine and whatever else you might be wanting. Well, we got a junk rare, at least for limited it is, so we don't want it. Probably just want to take Scorching Dragonfire. It's a nice removal spell, for sure. Yeah, that last draft was pretty rough. Sometimes it really does feel like your opponent always has the answers. I always just remind myself, well, sometimes I'm that opponent, so... you know. That works out for me. This is a pretty weak pack. I'm tempted to take either the Owl or the Wandermare, both of which are powerful in the right deck, because everything in this pack... I mean, Flutterfox is okay, but these two are considerably better. And it's important to remember you can play this in a mono blue deck, a mono white deck, not even mono, but a predominantly blue or white deck, or in a blue white deck straight up. And that is pretty nice. They're both build-arounds, but they're not hard to build around if you're in their actually colors. I don't think All That Glitters is particularly good. I have a hard time wanting to play an aura like that. Yeah, the red card here is nothing special. This is a very, very weak pack. So it's one of these. Which one? I'm going to go with the Owl. It's maybe a little less likely we play it, but we'll see. Yeah, we finished off 2 and 3 after winning the first 2 Atomic Squirrel. It was kind of brutal. So, Mad Ratter's interesting, but it is a build around. I think I'd rather just take the removal spell here. Best card here is probably Malevolent Noble. Rally for the Throne and... the Guide Mother and the Flutterfox. Meh. If we're in the actual blue-white deck, I guess Flutterfox is probably better than the Noble most of the time. It's a nice 2-drop. Nice enough that I think I want to take it over another nice 2-drop. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So we never saw our Lucky Clover that last match. That last draft, rather. That would have been nice. Secret Keeper is pretty sweet. It's way better in this format than basically anyone would have ever imagined. And it might just be what we want to take here. We're not necessarily going to be a mill deck, but even if you're not, it sort of opens up another path to victory where you can just stall the game out and let your opponent be dead. Plus, if we pick up multiples, things start to get really, really silly. And we probably would switch to a mill deck if we had like 3 or 4 of them. Queen of Ice, Didn't Say Please, Opt, Guide Mother, they're all fine, but I think I'm going to take the Secret Keeper. Well, here's another one. All right, all in on Secret Keepers, see what happens. All right, we want Witching Well no matter which deck we end up in. Well, Cauldron it is. Yeah, fairly uninteresting white cards. I guess Rally for the Throne's all right. Opt's all right too, but I think maybe we're more interested in Rally in this deck. Another Flutterfox. So the Secret Keepers may just kind of be in our deck. We'll see. They may not make the cut if we end up where it looks like we're going to end up. I think we'll take Gingerbrute. It is an artifact after all. So, yeah, and we'll take... This is an artifact, but I think the Guide Mother is enough better that I'd rather have her. This is an artifact, though not a very good one. Okay. Another Secret Keeper. You know, we could still, if we wanted to, switch into a mill deck. And 3 Secret Keepers. You would find me... It's very difficult for me to want to play All That Glitters and most auras because, yeah, they have huge upside, but they have such massive downside that most of the time I don't really want to play them unless they replace themselves somehow, and it doesn't. Or you put it on something with hexproof or something that's difficult to kill. The 2-for-1 potential is too great. And this format has lots of bounce, lots of ways to just destroy you. So this pick is an interesting one. We could take a Secret Keeper and keep considering going down that route. Or we could just take Turn into a Pumpkin, which is a better card, probably. on average. And I think that is where I'm going to go. Well, okay. The world wants us to do a mill deck, I would say. So I think it's time to take Folio of Fancies. Maybe we'll be a blue-white mill deck. That would be kind of weird, but who knows? Let's try to make it happen. Wow. Well, Emery's going to be pretty good in whichever deck we end up in. Yeah, Emery it is. And now a spinning wheel. Yeah, I think we take the wheel over some of the other options here. Pathlighter could be good. Well, there's another Secret Keeper. I think we consider completely jettisoning all of our... maybe going mono blue, basically. Like, we still get to play Arcana Sowl if we're mono blue. We just lose these things. Wait, did I just... Yeah, there's our Folio. So Runaway Together is good with Secret Keepers, so I think we'll take it. It's good at slowing down the game, too, which is something we want. Witching Well's not bad. Frogify isn't either. We might want Frogify more than we want Witching Well at this point. Yeah, I think we do. Removal is good. Scavengers are going to be pretty good in this deck. I think we want it more than a golden egg. Secret Keeper number 4. This is the first time I've actually been allowed to have the mill deck be ridiculously open. I've heard tell of it, but it hadn't happened for me yet. But we're there. See, there's a reason all that glitters are still around, by the way, chat. Because they're too risky. Sometimes you got to play them, but I like to avoid it. Hengewalker will be a 3-mana 3/3 in this deck at this point, so we might consider playing it. Secret Keeper number 5. Yeah, all right. Well, here we're presented with a pretty crappy pack for us. It's actually got some good stuff in it for, like, you know, a normal person. We could consider running like 2 mountains to run, or 2 Scorching Dragonfires. But the scry and the card draw we have, it's not that crazy. The drawbridge is here. I'm not that impressed by it. The Merfolk does give us a 2-drop that can trade. But I think our main early plan is just going to be Secret Keeper, chump blocking and stuff. So I think I'm going to take the Dragonfire on the off chance we decide we can play it. And we might be able to. I like the Carriage, but not really in a mill deck. I think it's more for more aggressive strategies. If we were still like looking at being blue-white, I'd be all over that Carriage. But we weren't. I'll take Tome Raider here. Another Scavengers. I mean, I do like the Scavengers in this kind of deck. Bouncing something late and putting into play a large blocker seems pretty good. We could have like 7 all that glitters. Secret Keeper number 6. Secret Keeper number 7. This is ridiculous. I think we'll take a Sanctuary here. Here we'll take a Witching Well. Do we want an egg now? Do we indeed? It would make it a little easier to play Dragonfire if we did. Yeah, we'll take it. And Look, we'll take in all that glitters finally. Are you guys happy? So, like, 2 mountains plus an egg. Man, I should not have left my camera here. Sorry for those of you who might be watching this on YouTube. So yeah, we can play 2 Dragonfires, an egg, and not that many mountains. I just don't think that's necessary. I think 2 is probably plenty. Yeah. Maybe we can go for 3. 3's not crazy. Yeah. 3 mountains. Oh, whoops. That's not what we want to do. You just don't think I should splash at all, huh? I mean, we do need removal for our deck to survive, I think. But I can maybe see your point. It does make Arcana Sowl turn into a pumpkin better. Yeah, maybe we just don't need to splash. You're probably right. I was probably trying to get a little too... Yeah, I do have enough removal without it. Boop. Okay. How are there only 15 lands in our deck? Oh, because I still need to cut some things. Guess we don't really want Gingerbrood in this deck, do we? He was there from when we briefly thought we were an aggro deck. Do we really need a 3-mana 3/3? Probably. It's probably an okay thing to have. We don't have a lot of creatures other than, you know, the 7 Secret Keepers. And probably don't need the egg anymore. So that's probably where we go. 15, 16, 17. Mono blue mill. We still want our spinning wheel, I think. Yeah. We can use the spinning wheel if we run out of gas and milling to sort of keep them from killing us. I don't think the egg is better than wheel in long games. Well, that'll work. Yeah, the egg, I mean, the egg would be all right. I just don't, wow, that's stupid. People are going to be mad at us. Hey, they're a mill deck too. Who mills the other faster? All right, so we'll play, well, maybe we just mill them again. I think we do. We just double mill them. Okay. All right, so I think we play Secret Keeper well now. Yeah, I think we want to turn into a pumpkin. We just want the island first. Dropping well on turn 1, yeah, that's probably would have made a little bit of sense. Uh-oh. Okay, fair enough. All right. So I guess we're going to play Tome Raider here. And end our turn. So they're down to 15 already. That's the good news. It's too bad Emery can't mill whoever she wants, huh? Yay, a card that's basically blank against us. And Secret Keeper. Secret Keeper. No reason to attack at all. Yeah, no more Tome Raider attacks for sure. There's no reason to do it. Yeah, Raven is really good against most decks in this format. Just not the mill one. That's just sort of like, okay, I operate on a very different axis than every other deck. Most decks have to win by, like, attacking, you know, but... I could play Emery. I'm not sure it seems worthwhile to me, though. At this point. I'm just going to leave Upturn into a pumpkin. They're at 8. We still have 3 Secret Keepers in our deck, which is outrageous. Okay, well, that's a good thing to turn into a pumpkin, I would say. Yeah, games in this format can be really long. Painfully long. It's true. I guess I'll play our Hengewalker. And another Secret Keeper. Just keep the shields up. Probably play Emery this next turn. Yeah, so let's play Emery. It does mill us, but we have plenty of cards left. Hey, there's a spinning wheel. We did mill a Secret Keeper, but they have 7 cards left in their library. I guess I'll Charm Sleep Conrad while we're at it. Okay. They're at 6 cards. I'm just gonna So Tiny him. Still has his ability, but his ability mills them, so... Okay. There goes another Secret Keeper. Oh, hello. So we want to put a hold here. Drops them to 3. Unless they cast something in response. They don't. Have they milled Forever Young? You know, that's a good question. Forever Young is a nightmare. Let's hope they haven't. I mean, let's hope they don't have it at all. See you later, Hengewalker. All right, so I just do this. Each player draws X cards. 1, 2, 3. All right. Forever Young is bad news if we ever see it. That's for sure. It's pretty good tech against the mill deck. I like how Scorching Dragonfire is our card for our deck. I mean, I know I can change it. I just always forget that sort of thing. Yeah, it's funny. We only have 8 cards at mill. And we don't have any of the other. We have 7 commons, you know, the 7 merfolk, and then 1 folio. That's enough, though. I mean, as long as you can sort of stave off death for a decent number of turns, you'll be fine with a deck like this. Now, there's a good chance a deck like the last one we drafted or other aggro decks I've had in this format would just run this over. So we don't want to see that matchup, really. Because if a deck can just curve out and give things evasion and smash your face in by like turn 4 or 5, it's not good news for this deck. All right, keep this, obviously. It's nice having perfect mana too, you know? We thought about splashing the red removal spell, but... Man, they mulliganed. That's the secret to beating the mill decks. Oh, here we go. Who can mill faster? They look less like a dedicated mill deck than us, so I like that. I like our chances. Man, one card I really love in this deck, and in general, is Overwhelmed Apprentice. I'm sad I didn't get it. I love little value 1-drops like that. Yeah, the Dragonfire card is pretty good overall. So I guess we'll play our Spinning Wheel. They might counter it. But I'm kind of okay with that. Yeah, we didn't even get Didn't Say Please in our deck, interestingly. We actually have one fewer card than they do right now. Yeah, so we're gonna play our owl here. We got nothing, but none of those were secret keepers or yeah. I was kind of hoping we'd hit our folio, but what are you gonna do? Uh-oh. This luckily turns Pyromancer off, which is very good news for us. Okay. So, Frogify. We're actually going to attack here. Strange as that sounds. We still have one fewer card than them. Well, now we don't, but they've also drawn a billion cards. So, you know. Oh, hello. That's a good time to draw a billion cards, my man. So skip an opponent's, yeah. So no reason for us to use Charmed Sleep here. I guess we actually might as well attack again. Yeah, so we put a hold on them. Let them draw. They might have an instant they can use here. But even if they do, yeah. They're at 11 cards now. I can potentially win by attacks, okay? I mean, they're at 14. They could be dead any minute. Okay. Not super concerned about that on the whole. I just don't... I mean, they have to draw extra cards to trigger it, and I don't imagine they can kill me before they run out of cards, basically. Hey! Okay. All right. All right, so... then we'll play it. Then we want to put a hold on their upkeep. Okay. We only get to mill 2 cards now, but I'm not broken up about that. Drops them to 4. Oh, now we only get to mill 1. I'm a little broken up about that. All right, so we can make them draw 3, though, in the near future. They also just used all their mana to not really do anything. So I think we're okay. Okay, well, that'll do it. So we go run away together. We'll bounce their errant and one of our secret keepers. How about the one that's so tiny on it? Well, 7 Merfolk secret keepers plus Folio of Fancies is pretty sweet. We did start our last draft 2-0 and then ended up just like crashing and burning the rest of the way. So let's see if we can avoid that this time. Man, this hand's kind of annoying. Mostly because we have both our Moonlit Scavengers. I kind of think we can get away with a mulligan here. I just think this hand has a real risk of being horrible. Alright, this is much, much, much better. So we'll put our Secret Keeper, or Scavengers rather, on the bottom. Play this, go mill. Right, looks like another mill deck. We're going to have turn 2 Folio of Fancies, but if we can't hit a third land, it might not matter. Okay. That would have been a third land. Took it away from me, man. Let's hope there's still a land on top. We can actually wait one more turn, but getting it now would feel good. Make me feel better. Yeah, okay. Folio. I think we're just going to weather the storm of their early creatures and try to mill them out. Yeah. Especially because the storm of their early creatures doesn't exactly look scary at this point. Yeah, they just did that to get cards out of their hand, which, sure, it means I'm going to mill less, but it also means they just use their mana to not do anything. So I'll take it, you know. So put the hold. Oh, crap. I did that at the wrong time. I didn't let them draw first. Yeah. We're going to end up losing this one by 1 card that I didn't mill. I know it. Do we have anything good in there? No, but I like it coming into play untapped nonetheless. All right, so put a hold. This time, wait for them to draw. Pass to draw. So they could have Forever Young, which would be bad. This is an opponent who very well may be playing it. So let's hope they don't. Okay, so we're going to be able to get a Secret Keeper back if we really want to. Unless they counter my Secret Keeper. What are they at? They're at 13. Yeah, I mean, I think we can still afford to just keep milling them. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I think you get some good stuff back, like Didn't Say Please. Of course, we can mill it before they draw it if we want to. They're going to go with Foreboding Fruit. All right, so we probably have to go into defensive mode soon. I mean, obviously, if we draw ways to mill them, we'll use them, but our folio, probably actually playing stuff, is going to take precedence over our folio's ability right now. Plus, the spinning wheel can help us do more with the folio. Well, okay, then we just draw that. That works too. They're down to 6 cards, so I think I play spinning wheel. Play Secret Keeper. Do some blocking. I guess blocking's a thing. They're at 5. We can make them draw 3 right now with the folio. Generally, I think you like to wait till making your opponent draw cards with the folio actually kills them, rather than, like, give them help, essentially. Alright, so block you. Take 2. So, Forever Young can beat us. That's what we're really hoping we do not see. Now we might use our folio during their turn. Yeah, I can actually just kill them here if they let me. Because I can run away to gather my own Secret Keeper. Mill them with Secret Keeper. And then make them draw a card. 2 cards. Wait. Yeah, no, I have the mana. I have 6 mana. Alright, let's go for it. We'll target this, and we'll target that. Do they have a counterspell? They very well may. So we'll add blue. And then, yeah. All right, got there. See if we can keep the mill train going. Yeah, it could 7-0. I mean, there's always a chance you get hung up somewhere, but this time I do think we play Wishing Well turn 1, as someone suggested earlier. Smooths out our draws more quickly, and, you know, we can still mill and then play Secret Keeper turn 2. Oh, okay. I think we'll hold on to both of these. Now we're going to play our folio on turn 2, of course, because that's a very powerful thing to do. Yeah, if you reach a critical mass of Secret Keepers, it's pretty silly. So they are an aggro deck. that said, I think I can probably just endure a few hits here before doing something about it. So, yeah. Let them draw. Then folio. Put 6 cards into their graveyard. Unless they cast an instant. They may. Fair enough. Wow, that's going to hurt. Okay. Maybe we need to get our shields up a little sooner than I thought. This is where you can run into trouble with the mill deck against hyper-aggressive decks. And our opponent's pretty aggressive. They are pretty aggressive. Okay, so we're not going to rely on folio of fancies anymore. Can tell you that much. We're going to play Secret Keeper here. Do we want to play Emery? Probably not. I'm kind of thinking of just setting up a block on Garen Briggs Squire, using Runaway Together to bounce Secret Keeper and Bell of the Brawl, basically. I think that's a good plan. As you suggested, Rogs. Okay, well that... Yeah, I think maybe we still want to do the same thing. Maybe we just want to take the 3 now and bounce the jacked Squire. I feel like we're taking away more if that's what we do. We are taking more damage, though. So let's think about it. Definitely run away together. Definitely targeting our creature. Yeah, let's bounce the bell. Oh yeah, I could have done it in response. I thought about doing it, but I should have thought better about doing it. Okay. Because the Tree Folk going to the graveyard would have been nice. Certainly. So then we're going to play Tome Raider. And a Secret Keeper. Not having to deal with the Tree Folk could have been the right move there. I can actually return my own Secret Keeper at some point, which doesn't seem too bad. I think I will go ahead and chump block with Tome Raider. I think I'd rather hold on to my Secret Keeper against this opponent than, yeah. We might not be able to turn into a pumpkin our own creature because we might be in trouble, but... Okay, that's going to be nice with Emery. So that's 4 mana if I want to kill their guy. Gal, actually. So kill the bell. Then I think we'll play Emery. Okay, and we will end our turn. We're definitely in more trouble against this deck than we have been so far. The beatdown is not our friend. I am going to take this 4, I think. It's dangerous with that freaking food in play is the problem. Yeah, we're going to take it. Bring on the damage. They've got 13 cards left, huh? Well, I think we may be able to get there now. Do we want to use Emery here to recast anything? I actually don't think we do. All right, so we're going to block and block. Then we're going to bounce our own creature with turn into a pumpkin. That's messed up. We do have a lot of them, but it's still messed up. To bounce one and then draw another off the spell. Yep, we're going to get there. All right. Yeah, I think against a really aggressive deck like that, it's really hard to find time for Folio of Fancies. The Secret Keepers are what's necessary there because they can actually protect you. They actually add something to the board instead of just milling. Just milling is great against most decks in this format, but not that one. I mean, we did use it once and mill like 5 cards, but that's all it did. That game. We paid 5 mana to mill 5 cards. Granted, it also gave us a way to mill the last few cards. If we hadn't drawn our Secret Keeper, that's probably how we would have won. Is made both of us draw 3 cards on our next turn. So we don't have an early Secret Keeper, but I think that's probably okay. We're on the play. I think this is keepable. Yeah, it was finally open for me, so I'm seeing what it is all about. Uh-oh. Back to the mirror matchup. Okay. At this point, it almost looks like we're going to try to win with flyers, which would be kind of weird. We don't really need another land. I will take the owl, though. Is it right to keep a hand that doesn't have at least one Secret Keeper in it when you're the mill deck? Maybe it's not. Thank you for the follow, Bruce Millis. Uh-oh. Oh, no, never mind. They just cast the creature. Thought they were Secret Keepering me again, which wouldn't be out of the question. Yep, mono blue is correct. We're going to attack here because we don't really have anything to lose if we do. We don't have a whole lot to gain either, frankly, but, you know, it's cool. So, yeah, let's play our Arcanus Owl. Let's hit Folio. We hit a Witching Well. I'll take it. Put a Secret Keeper on the bottom. They also milled one, so there's still 5 somewhere in our deck. Playing Emery here could be a little bit dangerous depending on what things look like. I don't really hate my opponent using their turn that way. Oh, I thought they were going to attack me just as a joke, because I bothered to attack them. Okay, so let's play a Witching Well. No thank you, and no thank you. Then the question is, do I want to play Spinning Wheel? Probably. I probably do. Though it's not going to be that useful against a fellow mill opponent, I suppose. Take that. We have 2 fewer cards in them right now. You know, if we're going to win with attacking, this might be when it happens. Run away together. No, just so tiny. We still get in for 2. Player, Secret Keeper, and then we can leave up either Turn into a Pumpkin or a Witching Well. Whichever we decide is more advantageous. 20 to 22. There should just be an option where you can look at deck size. Okay, so I think I'm going to crack a Witching Well. Okay, so they may have a bunch of counter magic. Let's attack with our 2 flyers. And let's try to mill them. You know, I haven't paid that much attention, but it does seem like you face blue a lot and black a lot, I would say. So I guess let's try to play Folio. Kind of doubt it resolves. If it does, I think we're in business. But if it doesn't, I think we're still sort of trying to find a way to win. Wow, it did resolve. I didn't really expect that. Okay, so we'll stop it at their upkeep and activate it after they draw. Ooh, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Well, luckily, we can bounce him and or tap him. Right now, I think we're just going to let him hit us. But, whoops, we don't want to do that again. Pass to draw. We screwed that up earlier. All right. Make each opponent make them put 5 cards into their graveyard, which drops them to 10. You know, I could have actually played my Secret Keeper, but I'm a fool. So we will be bouncing the Serpent at some point or another. Uh-oh. Bognaughty is a problem, too. Not as much of one, maybe, as Lochmere Serpent, but it is a problem. Too bad they didn't make an artifact at Mills that we could just keep getting back with Emery, because that would be hilarious. See you later, Twilight Pony. Thanks for stopping by, as you always seem to do. Take 7. Okay. So I have 7 mana, which means I'll be able to use my Folio and cast Turn into a Pumpkin on their turn. Yeah. So let's put a hold here. They're down to 5 cards. So the best thing to do may just be to Secret Keeper. Probably not. It's probably a little risky, actually. Yeah, I could just use Spinning Wheel. That's true. Could just use Spinning Wheel. And I can also just make us both draw more cards. Yeah, I can tap the Serpent or I can bounce the Serpent. We got a few options. Oh, except I can't because the Spinning Wheel, yeah, so I can't right now. I have to turn into a pumpkin if I want to do something about it because it can't tap to pay for itself. Uh-oh. That is always a problem. It's not the end of the world for us at this stage, but it is definitely a problem. Yeah. Let's let that resolve. I kind of want to make them sacrifice something here. Of course, they get back their Secret Keepers, and that's not good. This is the way. This is a key card at beating Mill. Forever Young. Ruining my life. They still only have 12 cards in their library, though. So, yeah. This turn, I'm going to turn into a pumpkin, the Serpent, I think. Oh, no, there's a Vantress Gargoyle, too. That's not great news. I also have food available to kill my things. We could be in serious trouble. We probably need to draw pretty effectively to find success here. Yeah, sacrifice an island. Thank you. That's what I was hoping for. That's also a pretty good draw. Preserve our life total, I'd say, at all costs. And I have something that can block a flyer, so I will. Ooh, another way to bounce him. That's good. That's good news. That's why I think we're going to hold on to it. Don't target their library. You target the player. Then we probably just use it on their upkeep, too. So, Secret Keeper, Secret Keeper. Put a stop on their upkeep. And just plan on using our folio again. I think we're going to get there still. Because that's 5 cards. Oh, they can actually flash in their Serpent. But it's 4 cards and they're at 6. So yeah. They're just dead. Because then we'll just mill them again on our turn. And that'll be it. Got a little worried about that Forever Young. But we drew enough ways to mill them and had repeatable mill in Folio Fancies. So that gets us there. Okay. 5-0. Yeah, if you have the folio, it is hard for Forever Young to work out. Thank you for the follow, Dice Try. I don't know if Arena updates today. Yeah, if you get a critical mass of mill stuff, the deck is really, really good. I do think sometimes it just doesn't come together. But obviously, when you have 7 Secret Keepers and a folio of fancies, you're getting there. Yeah, that's speaking of which. Ooh, okay. That could mean they're going to have an incredibly fast start, which is not good news for us. But we can also hope it means... doesn't mean anything, you know? But playing something for 3 mana here is pretty serious business. Making a food token's not quite as serious. So I think we're just going to go for the mill again. There's no pressure on us after all. Okay, so they're down to 19 cards. In a flash. They do have a lot of food. The good news is we don't care that much about their life total. The bad news is there's other things you can do with food that we won't like. So I think playing a Secret Keeper and getting to run away together on it, and then Mystic Sanctuarying to get back run away together could be pretty great. Okay, so should I just play all 3 Secret Keepers for now? I kind of think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Shields up. Feeling pretty good about our chances here. I think I'm going to play the Tome Raider for now. Oh, okay. So we've got 8 cards worth of mill still just from what we have in play and what we have in our hand, so that's good news. Yeah, they do pass a ridiculous number of them, but they don't do it... Ooh, yeah, that's kind of serious. But they don't quite do it every time or anything. Like, this is the first time I've seen it be this ludicrously open. Wow. We are really good at this game. Ooh, we got rid of Garrick. That's good news. So they're at 9 cards. So I think I'm going to go Runaway together. Target this. And target that. And then do this. And then play that. And then play you. So, if they have Forever Young, we're going to be in a lot more trouble. The last time we played, the person we played who used Forever Young, they didn't have any real pressure on us, so it was like, whatever, we still have time to mill you out. They have a Wicked Wolf in play, so actually managing to survive that long would be a problem. If we do survive that long, I mean, yeah, we just have to hope they don't have Forever Young. I'm just going to chump him just to be safe. Who knows, right? It's not like I don't have 2 more in my hand, sort of. It's not really in my hand, but you know what I mean. Run away together. So we will bounce that and this. Just to be careful. All right, got there. All right, we're going for the 7-0. It would be my second one in the format, and it would be with 2 very different decks. One was a black-red Night Aggro deck that had Embercleave, and the other one would be a mono-blue mill deck. In face-to-face, playing each other, the Embercleave aggro deck would probably do better. This is pretty good. I don't like having Scavengers in my opening hand. I also don't like having to deal with an early Weaselback red cap a whole lot, but what are you going to do? You going to smash for 3? Yeah. Do I want to play Spinning Wheel? I actually think I want to play the Raider. It can trade with the red cap even if it wants to. And it probably does want to. Okay, that's nice. More Secret Keepers is always good. All right, so this is an aggro deck. This will be an interesting... Uh-oh. Okay. Well, you're just gonna block. Because you do massive damage now. I don't really want to put up with that. You only do 3. Okay, so yeah, play Spinning Wheel. Yeah, we're in a lot of trouble. That much is for sure. This is how we lose, it's true. I can at least bounce the Torbran next turn and play a rather large creature, but I've only got them at 21 cards right now, and they're in great shape, so... That was aggressive. Guess it kind of makes sense, because it could have blocked and killed the red cap. Who does the most damage? You can potentially do 5. You're doing 6. Yeah, so... This is how we lose. Let's hope they don't have a 4th land. Yeah, because earlier... Yeah. How did they play it earlier? He only costs 3? No, he costs 4. Yeah, I probably should have cauldroned that thing earlier. I'm just going to take it. I don't think there's a way we can win here. No. There's really not. They got us. So no 7-0 for us. Curve out and play Torbran on turn 4 is not really beatable for our deck. You know, it's like a lot like playing Embercleave on turn 4. So no 7-0. 7-0s are hard to come by. Just because, you know, there's variance in this game. Sometimes variance helps you out to get a 7-0, but you're more likely to get a mixed result because of probability than you are to either go 7-0 or 0-3 or any of that. All right, I think we can keep this. We don't have a early mill spell or anything, but we can scry 2 and maybe find one. That would be good. Yeah, you either get land screwed or your opponent gets a nut draw and is a really good matchup against you, so that happens. But you usually also get one game where it happens to your opponent. So, all right. Witching Well. Find us some mill. Thank you. Do I want Emery? I don't really know that I do. I'd kind of like to just get closer to more mill than anything. We could have used our Frogify in that last game. That's what we really needed. That was the dream. Put the top 4. I hope our owl finds us. What we really want our owl to do is either find us removal or folio of fancies, basically. That's the dream. We're just going to play a Hengewalker here, which is kind of a silly thing that basically it's just there to block. (7-0) 3 times in 15 drafts is actually really good. So you should be happy with that, I think. So the question is, am I worried enough about that Acolyte? I don't think I am. We can always play this later. Maybe, no, I don't want to attack my Walker. I think we just play the Owl here. Yay, removal. That's what we wanted. I mean, hitting a Witching Well with it isn't the worst either. I mean, you're still drawing a free card, but yeah, it's not great either. That's probably what we want to Charmed Sleep. So I think I'm going to go Merfolk Secret Keeper. They already know we have Frogify, but I think that's fine. We'll Charm Sleep anyway. Yeah, streaming till around then. It depends on how the timing ends up. For example, if we play like 2 really long matches to finish this out, it might be kind of hard for us. But if we can win this game in the next 10 minutes or so, we probably have time for another draft. Yeah, he's getting Frogified for sure. The fact that they played him, though, might mean they have something else that they would much rather have this Frogified, but I think we still do it. I mean, I guess they could have started milling themselves. Maybe we would have actually liked that, but they do have the Noble who can just start eating these guys. Thank you for the follow, KRI5T. Uh-oh. Here's another way we can lose. Yeah. That is not good. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, there's no point in attacking with the owl in the long run here. We just got to try to mill them out before Garrick can take the game over, but that might be a little bit tricky. Now, getting Folio Fancies is good news. And we still have a bounce spell. And the wolves can't really attack through us easily at all. So I think we might be okay. Let them draw. See if we get to mill 4 cards here. Oh, crap. Yeah, this is definitely the way we might lose again. Because they have Garrick and Wildborn Preserver. Isn't that great? I can bounce that if I ever draw a land, at least, but interesting. Oh, that's true. He can get to the ultimate with Garrick. It's true. He can't get there right just yet, but they can get there eventually. I wouldn't mind a land. That's not a land. Well, get it. Play a Witching Well. Both of these seem useful. I'm actually going to crack one of these wells at the end of their turn, so it doesn't really matter which order we put them in. And we could make us both draw. And I might do that at the end of their turn. Probably better to Witching Well. Wildborn Preserver and Garrick are not what you want to be facing down. Well. All right, who's rumbling? Everyone's rumbling. Ooh. Kind of was hoping they would attack with that noble. We kind of would have been in business. All right. So I'm going to block both of these wolves. Actually, no, yeah. Block both of them. Take 6. Sure. They're playing surprisingly passively here, given that if the game goes long, I at least have some chance to turn this around. And those things help. They're at 13 cards, so they're at 5 cards now. Some pretty serious business. We've got So Tiny to blank something, more or less. Blank something. Yeah. They're at 4 cards. So Folio Fancies we can use. If we draw land, we can make us both draw 3 cards. I don't know if they've realized they can sacrifice all of these and use Garrick's Ultimate. Block. 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 Yeah, so there's a chance, though, here they could really mess me up. So I think I actually would rather block here. Yeah. So we're going to use So Tiny here to shrink the Preserver. The bad news is, I guess maybe by blocking like that, they may have just realized they can get this loyalty higher. Nope, they're sacrificing other stuff. All right, so let's put So Tiny on the Preserver while we're at it here. We're still in a lot of danger. Yeah, tinying the Noble would make sense too, but I'm tinying the Preserver because I didn't block it. And I don't really want to take a huge chunk of damage if I can help it. Wow. That thing could have gotten a lot bigger, is the thing, and not really cared about -6, -0 so much. Okay. They have 4 cards. I might still be dead despite them punting, is the bad news. So I might just have to crack my Wishing Well and hope that I hit another Secret Keeper. Which, no, we only have 3 left, so the probability's not great. That's not really going to help us. It does come into play untapped, so I can at least play Moonlit Scavengers. Like, is that enough? It's not, because I'll only have 4 blockers, and they'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Well, I guess I can survive. What's the better move here? What gives us the better chance of winning? Hoping we hit a Secret Keeper? Or playing my Scavengers and bouncing their Malevolent Noble? Yeah. So I'll have 5 blockers. This will be gone, but I can block 4... I can block these 5 things and then take 2... Yeah, it's not enough. I don't think I can survive the turn. we have to hope we hit. Let me do this math one more time. I'll have 5 blockers. That'll be gone. They'll attack with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 creatures. And the least amount of damage. Plus they have Tempting Witch. Yeah, I think we just have to hope we hit it here. Because I can't prevent enough damage getting through, given that I'm at 5. So, yeah, let's do this. Can we hit what we need? We've been pretty lucky so far today. There are 3 left in our deck. Aww. We didn't do it. We didn't do it. Good game. We were dead, so we had to hope we hit a Secret Keeper there. That's all we could do. This is our second draft where there's a potential for a 3-game losing streak to undo us. Of course, earlier we only got to 2-0, and then it happened. They definitely could have killed us a lot quicker in that game, but Garrick is so strong that it's sort of like, doesn't matter if you don't choose the optimal line. Okay. I think I like the look of this. Probably go with turn 1 Witching Well. Okay. So they're going to draw extra cards, but that may not be a good news for us. No, we don't want you. We will take another Secret Keeper, though. Our deck is basically Merfolk Tribal. Man. I wonder if they have like 7 Secret Keepers like we do, plus Edgewall Innkeeper. That's some nasty stuff if they do. Yes, please. This is more like it, you know, we're not getting beaten down. Kind of just hanging back and doing our thing. I like our chances. They are going to start drawing cards, which has at least there's a little upside for us for them drawing cards, whereas against most decks, them drawing cards would just be bad news. But I think I would still prefer they didn't draw them, but since they're going to draw them anyway, yeah, you know. So we know there's one didn't say please in their graveyard already. Okay. Well, we hit a Lucky Clover and Keeper of Fables. Man, their deck is scary. I am glad we're milling those things. So next turn, if nothing else, we can Witching Well and then Scavengers at some point too. We're down to 16 cards. I think it's worth blocking the Queen here. It's less damage. It's not like we don't have a plethora of Secret Keepers to just absorb them. They may use a trick there, but I think I would be okay with it. Yeah. 15 cards. All right, so I think we are just going to crack our Witching Well now on the off chance we hit a Secret Keeper, although it may not really matter. Yeah, I will. I mean, I can bluff more stuff if I don't, but Oh, well, see, you get to play something at least. So I wouldn't mind them playing like a 6-drop here that I can bounce. That's not what they did. Man, they milled a Secret Keeper. They're at 12 cards. It may just be better to use our use our Cauldron, but it's probably better to play the Scavengers though. Granted, they don't have a lot of stuff that it feels great to bounce right now, so should think on that, I guess. If they leave all this mana up, I probably do just use my Cauldron on something because we know they have one Didn't Say Please in their deck. And I don't think it's unreasonable to think there are more lying in wait. Okay. Wish I could bounce my own Secret Keeper. Doesn't work that way, though. Alright, so we're going to play our Scavengers here. I'm honestly thinking about just bouncing the Innkeeper because it's the only one who doesn't give them some advantage if we bounce it. Yeah. And I still get to add a sizable body to the board that can help protect us as they continue to draw cards from their deck. It's not the most exciting thing to bounce by any stretch, but I think it works. It helps us unless it doesn't, is the thing. It helps us unless it doesn't. I mean, if they can draw enough stuff to go wide enough and kill us or find a bomb that they're looking for, it's not really going to matter. Yeah, that's gross. There goes another one of our Raider Secret Keepers. We have 1, 2, 3. We have one left in our library now. That's not great news for us. Block. Okay. Guess I replay this. Maybe we do want to bounce the Raider. Yeah, we'll bounce the Raider this time. I think we may have gone from potentially 7-0 to 6-3. It happens, you know. Folio would actually be pretty helpful. Oh, man. Well, at least we still have one of our... They're down to 7 cards. Yeah, we really don't want to play that here. I can tell you that much. Sorry, Emery, but you're kind of a liability here. Goldilocks? Is it time for Goldilocks? Could be. We do still have... Oh, no, they got turned into a pumpkin. And went away together. Never mind. We don't have any way to bounce Secret Keepers, which is what we kind of wish we had. Spinning Wheel is going to come in handy here late, as is our Cauldron. They have 6 cards left, and we have 11. Oh my god. Well, that'll do it. Jeez. Is there anything we can draw that saves us? No. No, there isn't. That's certainly not it. We're still not quite dead is the good news. But man, that was brutal. So 9. We have 9 mana. So that means I can do this and play my Scavengers. This Moonlit Scavengers has bounced so many things. I have 1 Secret Keeper left in my deck. That's what I got. And it's not even going to be enough unless they draw a card here. What happens if I draw my Folio? Yeah, that won't be enough either. Play your Tome Raider so that we have a chance. And we can actually crack our Witching Well to hope it works too. Okay. They're at 4 cards. So we have 3 draws to try to hit our remaining Secret Keeper. That's a 30% chance, right? I mean, we have 10 cards left in our deck. Okay, now the Folio will actually win us the game too. Is it in our graveyard? No. So we have 4 cards in our deck that can potentially win us the game. They may have a trick here that just kills us with these. Let's find out. No. Okay. We have to draw the Folio. Oh, we did it. I was going to say, we have to draw the Folio on our first draw step if this is going to work. And we did. Each player, they have what? They have 3 cards left. So each player draws X cards. X equals 3. Oh, we can actually do 4. Might as well. Whew! We drew one of our outs that time, which we had a very high probability of doing, at least, so it wasn't like crazy. So we got 7 and 2 in the end. That's pretty good. 7 and 2 is pretty good. So 62 and 40. Yeah, if they hadn't drawn any cards that turn, I don't think I could have killed them. Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't really have time for another one because this format takes so long and I kind of have to go. So, yeah. Thanks for everyone who stopped by for this. Actually, we'll open our packs first. We'll open our packs. Talk about what we'd first pick. and then we'll go. Probably Clockwork Servant. I mean, that card has been really impressive. It's not that hard to make it work in your deck. Yeah, still Clockwork Servant. Here I would take Improbable Alliance and hope it works out, because Improbable Alliance is awesome. I'd probably take the Paragon now. It's basically a kill spell that gains you life, and you don't really have to build around it like you do the Alliance. Here I think it would be Animating Fairy. Yeah. It's a good card. It would still be the Fairy. Ardenvale's close, though. Probably would take the Knight here. It's one of these hybrid guys, and I like the Knight more than the Smasher. Now I think I would take Gadwick. I think he's the one who you can actually play in a not monocolor deck the easiest, just because you don't... He's still really good if you play him late. It's not necessarily true of the other ones. Wow. Prized Griffin, I guess. Honestly, it may even be Gingerbread. Probably Dance of the Manse. It has a much higher ceiling. All right. Well, thanks everyone for stopping by. I'll be back on Thursday this week, actually, to stream instead of Sunday like I usually am. So see you all then, hopefully, and have a nice rest of your day.